Hi there, this is Ranjit and I have this LETV LE1S handset with me. I didn't get a box, this is a review unit. So this is all I have. And this is their budget model. Believe me, this is the budget model, but it does not feel like that. Just peel this off. And some of you were asking me, does it have a micro SD card slot? No, it does not have, but it's a dual SIM device. One SIM slot is a micro SIM and the other one is a nano SIM. The storage is internal. It comes with 32 gigabytes of internal storage. And the good thing is that it is completely metallic. So it gives a very premium feel, and this is the fingerprint scanner. So the initial impressions, I would say, feels very premium, and nobody will believe that this sells for just around 11,000 rupees. And this is going to be sold exclusively via Flipkart, via their flash sales. I'll have the link in the show notes so that you can register. And let's just power it on again. As you can see, has that chamfered edges, so the build quality seems to be actually really nice considering the price point. And another thing is that it has USB-C type port, not the micro USB type, and it supports actually fast charging. So this is the power button, volume rocker. On the top, we also, I think so, this is the IR blaster, I'm not very sure. And this is the 3.5mm headphone jack, and this is the slot for the SIM tray. And on the bottom, the speaker and the USB-C type. So feels actually really nice, a 5.5 inch screen. Let's try to boot it up for the first time. And I'm holding the power button. Give me haptic feedback. And it just says LETV. And again, this is a new brand. This got pretty popular in China, and they are entering now in India. And they, according to the press statement, they have about 450 service centers already in India. So it looks interesting, and by the time it boots, let me give you a configuration overview. This LE1S is powered by the MediaTek Helios X10 processor clocked at 2.2 GHz, which is an octa-core processor. It has the PowerVR GPU, 3 GB of RAM, 32 GB of internal storage, USB-C type port. Moving to the screen, it has a 5.5-inch 1080p IPS grade screen, a 3000 mAh battery, metallic body. It also has a fingerprint scanner. And moving towards the camera, the rear-facing camera is a 13-megapixel shooter with f2.0 lens. And moving to the front-facing camera, it has a 5-megapixel shooter. I'm just going to set this up. So this is the first initial screen that you get, and I'm going to select English. It is supporting both the 2.4 gigahertz as well as the 5 gigahertz band, so it's nice to see that. I'll just set up my network and then we'll continue. And it has been set up. This is the first boot, and again it's running a custom UI. As you can see, this is what we have. And again, like many Chinese vendors, it does not have an app tray, so all the icons will be on the screen, but we do have folders, as you can see. And these it has touch type capacitive buttons on the bottom. This is for multitasking. As you can see, again, it's a little different layout. This is the home and this is the back, and they light ups. As you can see, it's not light up right now, and it lights up. So very nice touch. And I have to say the build quality looks to be really good. Let's look at the Android version. And if we go here, and it says notification, that's interesting. Let's just go back. So again, UI is a little bit different. We'll go to settings via this one. And let's go to about the phone. And it's running this EUI skin. And if we go to status, again gives a basic info about battery life, etc. And it runs on the Android version 5.0.2. So that's a little bit disappointing. We are not even getting Android 5.1 that is out, and obviously Android Marshmallow is currently out. I'll try to update and see if it gets updated, but as of now it's running on the Android version 5.0.2. and as you can see, the CPU is the Helio X10 8-core CPU clocked at 2.2 gigahertz. Let's also look at the storage, because we don't have any micro SD card, and we get 32 gigabytes of storage, and out of that 24.54 gigabytes is the space that you get. So I feel it's a decent space, but again, we don't have any micro SD card with the same. And as we are connected, let's just fire up this Chrome web browser. I'm sure it should work very well. Let's just type in, and this is the default keyboard. That's the Android stock keyboard, and it gives you gentle haptic feedback when you type. and this is the mobile version. Let's just go, and this is the desktop variant. And again, the screen quality is good. As you can see, the viewing angles seems to be nice. And let's also go to the settings and look at the fingerprint scanner. It says fingerprints over here, and we'll try to enable this, add a fingerprint, and we have to add a pin. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, and now I think so we can. So looks like skip. I want to scan. We can add a fingerprint. So I'm just registering, and we just tap in over here, and it says put your fingers like this, edges, etc., and it has been added. So let's try to see how well it works. I'll just put my finger on it, and it unlocks immediately. So if, let's say, if we are even in the browser or something like this, and I just hit the fingerprint, it unlocks. And I have to say it's working very well as of now. So the fingerprint scanner works well. Let me do one thing. Let me also invoke YouTube, and let's check out the speaker. So let me just set this up and we'll continue. So searching for my own channel, that is Geeky Ranjit, and let's just open up this video.
Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in
So
this
the speaker
video,
is
I'm going to list top 5
only on this
smartphones,
end, not this one.
2015. And the biggest criteria for this
As you can see, the
selection
viewing
was the
angles are
user
nice.
experience. I did not take the budget or the specs into account. So mostly we'll be seeing what do you say?
So it's just a mono speaker. The speaker is over this end, not on this end, but it's decent, I would say, not tinny. So that's a nice thing. It also has the remote control, so that means it has the IR blaster. So for the price, I would say you are getting a lot. Let's also look at the camera on this one. So there is some bloatware there, and let's look at the camera. It's a 13 megapixel camera, and right away it fires. So we have the tap to focus, so we can just tap into an area, and I think so we can adjust the exposure also with this one. This is the panorama. Let's go back to the photo mode, and if I tap in, so let's take this shot, and now let's look at those shots. And surprisingly, the camera is sharp. Just notice how small that text was, but even when I zoomed in, it is actually pretty clear. So the camera looks to be interesting. Again, I will be testing the camera a lot more. Again, the f-stop is 2, so it should be also decent in artificial lighting. Even the front-facing camera is supposed to have a f-stop of 2. So certainly looks like a very interesting handset considering the price point. And again, I will also be testing it by doing some gaming and other stuff. That's it for now for this first look and overview regarding this Letv LE1S Android phone. Again, stay tuned to my channel, and if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.